Everyone, for this week's What's New Wednesday, we are going to be talking about bundled versus unbundled clinical models. When we say a clinic is functioning and using a bundled model, what that means is that when you go in to purchase or discuss hearing aids, they are presenting you with a single dollar amount and not really outlining what what are the different components that ultimately comprise that single dollar amount. What I don't like about that approach and what makes it very hard for the consumer is you don't understand how much of that total cost belongs to the hearing aid, how much of that total cost belongs to clinical services and expertise, how much of that belongs to maybe markup that they're putting in there. It's just very unclear. And because it's unclear, ultimately the perception has become that these tiny little devices cost two, three, four, five, I've even heard $10,000, which is just insanity to me, but that these little devices cost that much. When in reality, that's not true at all, which is when we look at an unbundled model. In an unbundled model, you're truly seeing an itemized list of what comprises that total amount. So you're seeing, what does each device cost? What do the clinical services cost? Are there any visits during the trial period that are in that initial clinical cost? What are visits worth after the trial period? And it's all broken down for the consumer so it is more clear how much is hearing aid cost, how much are clinical services. In a bundled model, what I also don't like I said, is that it places the value on the device. And a device truly is just a device. It can be fit, if it's not fit well, if it's not programmed well, if it's not verified, it doesn't really matter that you got a top of the line device because you're not going to do well. It really matters how good your provider is and what they do with that device. That really makes a difference in what your outcomes are going to be. And so here at Nashville's Hearing and Communication Center, that is how we choose to function, is in an unbundled way. We take that value less of the device, off of the device, and really place it on the services and the expertise that we have to offer. And what it also does too is it makes that initial investment much less than if it were in a bundled model. And so you might be paying, for example, $800 for a single device. So if you were to get two, you might be around $1,600. And here at Nashville's Hearing and Communication Center, you truly pay invoice cost. There is no markup on the device. I upload the invoices to your patient portal so you can clearly see from the manufacturer how much everything is. And then in addition to that, we charge you for the trial period and visits there. And again, it's all clearly outlined. After that trial period, it's pay as you go. If you need our clinical services and you want to come in every month for us to clean it, check it, all the things, we're here for you. We will support you in any way that we possibly can, and you'll just pay for those services that they're at the time that they are rendered. If you're someone who says, you know what, I'm good with the twice a year recommendation, I don't need to come in all of the time, that's great too. And you'll just pay over time less if that's your approach, or if that's what you need, because you're only coming in twice a year and that's what you're going to pay for. So we really try to meet every patient where they're at with budget, how much support they want and need from the clinic with their hearing aid. And so, yeah, that's how we're working, how we're functioning with patients. And so, hopefully that's a little bit clearer, to kind of demystifies the hearing aid cost a little bit. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section here of the video. I'll be happy to answer them for you. If you want a little bit more of an in-depth conversation, give us a call. We can schedule a consult and dive more into this as well. So let us know what you think and let us know if you have any questions. And other than that, have a great Wednesday.